What's going on, everybody? It's friend Carrick here, back with another SP-555 video. Thank y'all for checking out the channel. Appreciate you watching the videos. You know, we got another one. It's a quick one today, but I think you're going to like it. Basically, what we're going to be doing is taking some MIDI information from the SP, and we're going to use these 16 pads to play drums in Ableton. If you've seen a drum rack in Ableton, it's a 16 pad arrangement. You drop MIDI clips in, usually drum sounds, and then you play them out. If you haven't seen one of those before, I'm going to show you my screen in a minute. But first, let me show you how this is done. So I got one MIDI cable. It's the black old-fashioned MIDI cable, like the actual MIDI pins. Let me show that to the camera. Okay. So it's the little smiley face. Kind of looks like small DMX pins. And so I got one of those. It's coming out of the MIDI out of the SP5. Okay, MIDI out right back there. There's a MIDI in and a MIDI out. Make sure you plug it into MIDI out because we're sending signals from that sampler. And then I have this contraption. So basically, what we're doing when we have this this blue unit here, this Fastlane USB MIDI interface. Oh, there we go. This is allowing us to take the MIDI signal out from the SP into here. As you see, it's on the in, and then connecting it via USB to my laptop. Okay, so you see also that there's a light right there. We're shooting this in 4K, by the way. We're lo-fi hip-hop, but we're in 4K, baby, for the tutorials. So anyways, we got this. So like I said, MIDI out, MIDI in, USB connection to the laptop. Okay, so basically the manual of the 5 says that depending on which bank you have selected for samples is which MIDI bank you have, but we just want to keep it on the root note C1. That's the bass note of keyboards. That's like where most MIDI scales start when you load up a fresh drum rack or say something you're playing, you know, on keys in 16 levels, what have you. So we're just going to keep it on bank A. We're keeping it simple. So then we have these 16 pads, and I have the drum rack with a few sounds in it, and check that out. There's our drum sounds. Now you might be saying, how do I know this isn't a trick? Well, I'm going to show you, because look, I'm hitting an empty pad and it's still sending. Alright, so here we have my screen. I wanted to show y'all again. Here's me hitting these pads and controlling those drum hits. You know, I don't have anything on these pads, but you see I'm still transmitting MIDI data to them. And if you switch banks, you're going to notice that the notes, you see they're going to continue to go up the scale, up the MIDI note chain. You know, you can keep going all the way up. So you could actually use, once you have this set up, you can use as many pads as you could fill this whole drum rack up with sounds. I know a lot of people do, you know, so you could toggle through these pads, and it'd be a really easy way to sort of combine hits from several different banks of drums. So that's something for you to think about. One thing I did want to mention, you're probably looking at this pitch plugin right here, this pitch MIDI effect, and wondering why it's there. And for some reason, the SP5, the MIDI information when you're on even, you know, bank A, the lowest possible MIDI note that you could play, instead of starting on C1, which most devices do, it actually starts on B1. So I'm going to keep this as non-technical as I can. Basically, I'm putting this pitch knob right here and setting it to +1, because you'll see if I turn it off, what's going to happen is all these notes are going to shift down 1, so the kick is not going to play. You're going to see it trigger another pad right below it. So we're going to turn this off, and then look what happens. My MIDI information is everything's transposed down 1. So the kick, it's playing, but if you look at the SP right now, it's actually playing on the second pad. Let me show you. Now, because I took the pitch modifier off, that's where my kick is. And my everything's, see, you think it's all moved over. It's all playing on this pad, when on my drum rack it's showing that it should be on the far left. So we reinitiate this pitch plugin +1, and everything is as it should be. Alright, so that's pretty much the basics of how to get your 16 pads working in Ableton via MIDI. I don't know where to find these things, honestly. Probably eBay. It's pretty old technology. you got to think about 15 years in the past when you're thinking about this machine, because it hasn't received such widespread support as its sibling here, the 404. You know, there's no 555A, which if there was, please make one, Roland, please. In fact, let me test it for you if you do want to make one. Just keep me in mind. But anyways, I'm going to do more stuff on the MIDI features of this machine soon, because it has more functionality than the SP, as you already might have seen based on this video. Appreciate y'all checking it out. Thank you for watching. See you next time.